Anymore, man. Dang.
Kyrie, that last play with Clay where they called you for the foul, you had a long conversation with the officials. What was the explanation you got from them?
I mean, it was just inadvertent contact. I wasn't in the right guarding position. At a point, I was stuck in the moment, just trying to see if I get some clarity, but overall it could have gone either way. At the end of the games, you kind of expect an aggressive style of play. And I thought I was in, kind of a legal guarding position, but the refs disagreed. So could have gone either way, but it was a big play. For sure.
Steve said that the officials told him, don't even challenge it. You're not going to win. Were you surprised he didn't at least try it?
I know our coaches do a great job of having conversations, and when the game's on the line like that, on the balance, I mean, it could have gone either way. So, just trust Steve's judgment. But from looking on top of the screen, I saw that my foot was in Clay's way, and he tripped, and that's going to be a foul any day of the week, any game. So, sorry.
Two quick ones for you, Kyrie. I mean, you guys were obviously severely shorthanded, no James, no Kevin, but still a very competitive game. What did it take for you guys to kind of make up for the gap in talent that you didn't have?
Just having a resolve out there. And when I say that, just, we had a team out there, in the Warriors where they're legends, man. They got a few legends on their team, so they're making high-level basketball plays, and then you complement that with, Otto making some tough shots in the halftime, and then Andrew having a big-time game, and you just see that their growth as a team. It showed tonight where Steph and Clay don't have their prototypical games, but other guys filled in, and we had to make up a lot of ground in that third quarter. The whistle was going back and forth. Those guys shoot, a ton of threes. So getting back in the game, it was tough. But I felt like in that third quarter, we found something as a team, and we can carry that over into the next game. We know each other well. Me and this crowd out here, we know each other very well. It's not any surprise when I come in here. Different arena, obviously, but it's still the same core group of fans that have a reason to cheer for their team. They've been very successful. We've had a lot of battles, and like I said, I give a lot of respect to those legends in that locker room down there. We're all, relatively young still, but we're making impacts on our team. It's good to see Clay back out there. And it just makes the game a lot more fun when you're going against familiar guys that you've been going against in, the finals, regular season matchups. So it feels good, and it's great to be out there as a competitor. I think that's why, we were able to answer some of their runs and just going back at them. They were throwing double teams at me, throwing double teams all across the court, and we were just able to respond. So we take some lessons from this game and carry it over.
It's twofold. You said you guys think you found something. I'm curious, what is it that you found down the stretch in this?
That we need everyone. We need everyone. We need an amazing effort from everyone. That's what I mean. It's just, with James being out, obviously, you can't make up his production. We do our best to fill in for his 30 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists that he's capable of going off for every night. But when I say that specifically, that we found something, it's just everyone's effort has to be at a certain level out there. And if we're not playing like that, we're not looking like a team that has that identity that when we're playing at a high level on both ends of the floor, specifically defensively, we're not ourselves. So we got to come out there, especially going against these great teams in this league. We got to be the aggressor.
And when you look at the effort that you guys put into this game,
mm-hmm.
And I guess, now you've lost 4 straight, you're in 6th place. How do you, as a veteran leader, how do you make sure this team's not fracturing when you put that kind of effort in, you don't get rewarded for it?
It's not the first time in my career that I've lost 4 in a row. It's not the first time Steve's lost 4 in a row. It's not the first time James lost 4 in a row. Like, a lot of us have lost games consecutively. But what I've learned, and I think other guys could echo this sentiment, is just we can't be fragile. It's people are going to come at us. Nobody's going to feel bad, whether this guy's in the lineup, this guy's not in the lineup. Every team is competing for those top 4 positions. We're one of those teams that have aspirations of playing down in the late postseason. And these games right here, you remember them because you're going against a Western Conference team that could potentially be seeing you down the line. So you never know what could happen is basically what I'm saying. And when you come out in games like this, it's a great test. And we want to carry over the lessons that we're learning from onto the next game in Phoenix. And it's not going to get any easier. Those guys are healthy and those guys are hungry. Devin Booker's playing at an unbelievable level. So is CP. And, those are guys that were in the finals last year. So it's not going to get easier on this road trip. So it's no time to be fragile.
Kyrie, foul call aside, what do you think the difference was those final few minutes when you guys were tied and they were able to pull away?
What you said? What was the difference?
Yeah, that final 3-4 minute stretch when you guys were tied and they were able to pull away. What do you think the difference was?
They went to those guys that are very familiar in those type of moments. Steph and Clay, they had the ball in their hands, and then you just see down the stretch those 50-50 basketballs we weren't coming up with. I don't know how many offensive rebounds they had at the end of the game or the last 5 minutes, but it made the difference in tonight's game. So though our effort was there, just paying attention to the little details that make the difference on winning by 2 or losing by 4. So.
Hey, Kyrie, the San Francisco city supervisor, Matt Henney, was arguing before the game that you shouldn't have been allowed to play tonight because the city normally has rules that Warriors players and all fans have to be vaccinated to enter the arena. What's your perspective on all that?
I really don't have a perspective other than kind of echoing what I said the other day. Some people are going to agree and some people are going to disagree. He's entitled to his opinion and I respect it.
Legends on the other side. One of those, I'm assuming, is you're talking about Steph. So what is it like when, after all these years, when you get an opportunity to play against him?
I love Steph, man. I mean, the guy has completely revolutionized the game. Coming into the league as a young man in 2011 and seeing only seeing glimpses of what he was capable of because he wasn't as healthy, those early 2000s. So we only got to see glimpses. But when he caught fire, man, everybody was on notice. And me as a point guard or just as a lead guard on my team growing up in Cleveland at the time, he was the guy that really set that standard. We catching, shooting off the dribble, being able to break down his defenders, being able to take 3 guys with him everywhere he goes. You wouldn't be a true student of the game if you're not watching somebody like that and trying to not only keep up but challenge his position. And I think that's where our mutual respect has really grown. Is going against each other has been great, but I think studying each other has been even more of a special bond. I see moves that he does, and I know he sees moves that I do. And we're just leading this next generation that's coming up behind us. You don't have to be the athletic guy that's finishing over top of the rim. That though we have young guys that are doing that now, they are the 2.0. They're able to shoot deep threes and sky over the rim. But when you look at me and Steph, I just feel like we're able to do things out there that keeps the normal person walking down the street, gives them hope that basketball can be for them as well. He's just able to do so many special things. And I could go on and on about Steph, but I love that guy, and going against him and having our battles where he's had 50 on me and I've had 30 something on him, win, loss, all the comparisons, all the Instagram pages, all the Twitter feeds, everything that goes on into the media of just comparing us. I've dealt with it, and it's just like put me in a position to be able to look at him as more of a brother in arms. But when we're out there on the floor, we compete at a high level. Yeah, of course.